Bonnie and Jim Hess remember the overwhelming feeling of helplessness when they were told nothing further medically could be done for their daughter Brittany in her battle with soft tissue sarcoma, an extremely rare form of cancer.
Up to this point, the only way to treat Brittany's cancer has been to surgically remove the tumors. And we have done that until Brittany developed a tumor at the head of her pancreas, which is not surgically removable.
To hear that, that it can't be surgically removed is a scary thing when that's been the only treatment out there thus far. So yeah, I could say I was pretty much more scared than I've ever been in my life when it went to the pancreas.
Brittany's story has a familiar refrain, an end-stage cancer patient being told they've exhausted their care opportunities. This gross lack of support and services represents a gaping hole in the treatment of cancer patients in the American healthcare system.
When a patient is first diagnosed with cancer, they're told what to do every single day by their doctor. They're given a plan. And then one day they go into their doctor's office and the doctor says, "There's nothing left for us to do for you." They have no plan. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go.
For those cancer patients who've been told they have no other options, but who are not yet done with their journey in life, there is Lazarex Cancer Foundation, providing patient advocacy services and financial support directly to end-stage cancer patients to cover the expenses associated with their participation in cutting-edge FDA clinical trials. So patients like Brittany can take advantage of medical breakthroughs today because they may not have a tomorrow.
What people don't understand is that every drug that we use today that's used to sustain life or even save life was once a drug that was in a clinical trial. It's important that our cancer patients have access to these clinical trials for potentially life-saving benefit. There are literally hundreds of clinical trials that cancer patients can take advantage of. As a layperson, it's really difficult to navigate through all of those trials and understand what would be best for your particular type of cancer and make a decision about which trial you want to participate in. Lazarex Cancer Foundation has a medical liaison division with trained medical professionals who help our patients navigate through the clinical trial maze and identify appropriate possibilities. We also provide cancer screenings for uninsured and underprivileged individuals, and the goal is to stop the cancer before it starts.
Established in 2006, Lazarex Cancer Foundation is a nonprofit organization filling a void in resources that exist for end-stage cancer patients. Strongly believing in the importance of clinical trials, the foundation helps patients of all ages and all walks of life with all forms of cancer by providing resources for clinical trials for those patients who have been told they have no other options.
Cancer does not discriminate. It infiltrates every segment of our society. We believe that every cancer patient should have equal opportunity to participate in clinical trials. The size of your checkbook should not determine whether or not you have a second chance at life.
What a lot of people don't understand about clinical trials is that the drug does not cost the money. What costs is getting to that clinical trial. Patients don't understand that, and then when they are approved in a clinical trial, then they find out that they possibly have to move, fly, drive, whatever that cost is, and they don't have the money to do that. That's where Lazarex Cancer Foundation comes in. We get them into that clinical trial if they choose to participate, but more importantly, we keep them in that clinical trial.
Clinical trials are the way in which we actually make all progress in medicine. This is the scientific method. We develop new drugs, we test these drugs to see what side effects they might have, to see if they're of any benefit. And then we compare them to other therapies that we have to see if they're in fact better than the old therapy, or some combination might be better. Patients who have no other options, where their local physicians run out of therapies, actually benefit from clinical trials, because if they have access to these, then they have potential access to life-saving new therapies.
My full-time job and my husband's is researching and searching for a cure for Brittany's type of cancer. In that process, I found Lazarex. I reached out and contacted them, and
was just overwhelmed at their response. The expense of commuting back and forth to Edmonton for Brittany's latest clinical trial, the financial burdens had become overwhelming. The very generous financial support of Lazarex Cancer Foundation has allowed us to continue with Brittany's clinical trial, and it has given us strength and hope that she will be able to win this battle.
To know that that burden isn't going to be on my parents anymore, therefore that burden's not going to be on me anymore, therefore I can spend all my time and all my energy focusing on beating this cancer.
Cancer is a journey that no one should ever have to face, and especially cancer with your child. Our hope is that when Brittany does win this battle, and she will win this battle, that we will be able to be on the other side of the situation and make a contribution as Lazarex Cancer Foundation has made for our family. We are deeply grateful.
All of this is possible because of Lazarex Cancer Foundation. They're keeping this journey going for me. Man, I am thankful. I'm so thankful for this foundation.
What makes Lazarex Cancer Foundation so unique is that we deal with all types of cancer. We deal with all walks of life. Our youngest patient is 4 and our oldest patient is 83. We are in 17 states, we're in 4 countries. We deal with FDA-approved clinical trials.
We develop relationships with each and every one of our patients, and we feel their pain. Fortunately, we also feel their joy, their hope, their encouragement when they're given the gift of an extra day, another sunrise, an opportunity to make memories with their families, and are literally given a second chance at life. Our patients and their families really take comfort in knowing that even if they lose their battle with cancer, that they have literally exhausted every possible option.
I feel like Lazarex is in my corner. I felt like they were on my side. They were like a team along with me during this journey. Having to travel away from home, finding a place to live is scary enough, just not dealing with the disease itself, but having them negotiate all of that for me was huge for me. I didn't have to worry about it. They are helping me as I travel back and forth. When I have to come up here for harsh treatments and I have to stay, they're helping me financially deal with that. I cannot thank them enough. I don't know how I would be able to manage through this time without them.
Lazarex has been wonderful in helping some of our patients access therapies on clinical trials. These are patients who may have no other options. They come from long distances. Our new drugs that we're testing at UCSF may be the only hope they have, but they certainly don't all have the resources to fly into San Francisco, to stay in San Francisco, and Lazarex has been wonderful at providing that kind of support.
We take our mission seriously, and we work hard at being good stewards of the funds that we receive on behalf of our patients. We try our best to maximize every dollar that comes into this foundation and get it out directly to our patients. The number of patients that we can support is directly related to the amount of money that we have coming in the door. And we want to reach out to the public and help them understand that their donations to Lazarex Cancer Foundation are a critical part of pursuing our mission.
We have a patient, her name is Ruth. She came to us with end-stage pancreatic cancer, and after 14 months of participating in a clinical trial, Ruth is in clinical remission. That's a huge success for her and her family and for Lazarex Cancer Foundation. What we want our patients to know is that there's a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. And to our donors and our potential donors, we can't do this alone. We need your help.
We don't think of clinical trials as the end of the road. We think of them as a new beginning.
When an end-stage cancer patient is told they've exhausted their available options, it doesn't mean they have to give up. Learn more about the helping hand offered by Lazarex Cancer Foundation today, building a bridge to hope, dignity, and life. For more information or to donate, go to lazarex.org or call the toll-free number on your screen.